Frustrated by waking up feeling older than you are? You're not just tired. You might be unknowingly accelerating the aging process every single night. In fact, startling new research shows a direct link between how you sleep and your risk for cognitive decline, heart strain, and chronic spinal pain after the age of 60. You see, the way you position your body for those crucial 7 to 8 hours of rest could be the single most overlooked factor in your long term health. It's not about getting more sleep, it's about getting the right sleep. Because one of the most common sleeping positions, one that millions of people over 60 do every single night, can silently sabotage your health while you're completely unaware. It feels comfortable, it feels natural, but underneath the surface, it's placing immense stress on your most vital systems. But here's the twist: it's not just one position you need to worry about, but a combination of seemingly innocent habits that create a perfect storm for health problems down the road. Wait until you see what happens inside your arteries and along your spinal column when you adopt this deceptively comfortable posture. What I'm about to share isn't just a list of tips, it's a fundamental shift in how you view rest, and it could be the most important health decision you make this year. For decades, we've been told to focus on the duration of our sleep. We count the hours, aiming for that magic number 8, believing that as long as we're in bed, our bodies are healing and recharging. Unfortunately, for those of us over 60, that's a dangerous oversimplification. As our bodies change, so do the rules of rest. The flexibility in our spine decreases, our cardiovascular system becomes more sensitive to pressure, and our brains become more vulnerable to the buildup of metabolic waste. It is precisely at this stage of life that how we sleep becomes just as critical, if not more so, than how long we sleep. Let's start with the most vital organ, your brain. Every night, your brain undergoes a remarkable cleansing process managed by the glymphatic system. Think of it as your brain's private sanitation crew, working the night shift to clear out harmful toxins and protein fragments, including beta amyloid, which is strongly associated with Alzheimer's disease. This process is most efficient during deep sleep. However, research from institutions like Stony Brook University has revealed a startling connection. Your sleeping posture can either help or hinder this crucial cleaning crew. Sleeping on your stomach, for example, is widely considered the worst position. It forces you to turn your head to the side for hours, twisting your neck and impeding the flow of cerebrospinal fluid. But even sleeping flat on your back, a position often recommended for spinal alignment, may come with its own set of neurological risks. A 2019 study highlighted that spending more than 2 hours in a supine on your back position was associated with an almost fourfold increased risk of dementia. The theory is that this flat posture can reduce the efficiency of the glymphatic system and may even lead to a slight increase in intracranial pressure, stressing the brain's delicate vascular network overnight. Most people completely miss this critical connection. They wake up with brain fog, memory lapses, or a general sense of cognitive dullness and attribute it to just getting older. But what if it's not age, but alignment? What if the key to a sharper mind lies in the angle of your pillow? Comment yes if you've experienced that frustrating morning brain fog. The implications are staggering, suggesting that the position you fall asleep in could directly influence your neurological destiny. But the threat doesn't stop at your brain. Let's talk about your heart. After 60, the cardiovascular system requires careful management. Blood pressure tends to be higher, and arteries may have lost some of their youthful elasticity. Certain sleeping positions can place unnecessary strain on your heart as it works to circulate blood against gravity and through a compressed chest cavity. Sleeping flat on your back, for instance, can be particularly problematic for individuals with conditions like sleep apnea, where the tongue and soft tissues are pulled backward by gravity, narrowing the airway. This repeated interruption of breathing causes oxygen levels to drop, forcing the heart to pump harder and spiking blood pressure throughout the night. But even for those without sleep apnea, a less obvious danger lurks. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, a Japanese physician who lived to be 105, warned against sleeping on your right side. Why? The heart is situated slightly to the left in the chest cavity. When you lie on your right side, gravity can pull the heart downward, potentially putting pressure on the major blood vessels that return blood to the heart. This forces the heart to work against that pressure all night long. Conversely, while sleeping on the left side is often recommended, it can cause the heart to shift position, which might lead to noticeable changes on an ECG for individuals with existing heart conditions like congestive heart failure. They may experience discomfort or even difficulty breathing in this position. It's a delicate balance, and choosing the wrong side could mean your heart is running a marathon while you think it's resting. This silent nightly strain can contribute to long-term damage, and it all comes down to a simple choice you make when you turn out the lights. The real secret to protecting your heart comes at the 5:30 mark, where I'll explain how a simple pillow adjustment can make all the difference. Now, let's address the most immediate and often debilitating consequence of poor sleep posture: the impact on your spine. As we age, the discs between our vertebrae lose water content and become less forgiving. Conditions like osteoarthritis, spinal stenosis, and degenerative disc disease become more common. The neutral alignment of your spine, maintaining its natural curves from the neck down to the lower back, is paramount. Sleeping on your stomach is the most notorious culprit for spinal misalignment. It forces an unnatural arch in your lower back while simultaneously wrenching your neck to one side for hours. This can lead to morning stiffness, chronic neck pain, and can exacerbate underlying spinal conditions. But many people who switch to their back or side still get it wrong. Using too many pillows or pillows that are too high pushes the head forward, creating a forward flexed position that strains the neck and upper back muscles. Conversely, a pillow that is too thin or flat allows the head to drop, causing a different kind of misalignment. Many people assume that a firm mattress is always better, but for some conditions, a mattress that is too hard can create pressure points on the shoulders and hips, throwing the spine out of whack. A sagging mattress is equally disastrous, allowing the torso to sink and curve the spine unnaturally. These subtle misalignments, repeated night after night, don't just cause temporary aches. They contribute to the chronic inflammation and wear and tear that lead to debilitating long-term pain. But what if there was a way to support your body perfectly, no matter which position you prefer? Wait until you see the comparison between two seemingly identical pillow setups and understand why one heals your spine while the other harms it. Voiceover: now that you understand the stakes, let's pivot from the problems to the solutions. This isn't about buying expensive gadgets or drastically changing your life overnight. It's about making small, intelligent adjustments that yield powerful results. We're going to follow the 70% rule now, focusing entirely on actionable strategies you can implement tonight to protect your brain, fortify your heart, and realign your spine. Let's begin by systematically rebuilding your sleep posture from the ground up, starting with the single best position for most people over 60. The most widely recommended sleeping position for overall health is side sleeping. It keeps the spine relatively straight, can reduce snoring and acid reflux, and most importantly, it appears to be the most efficient position for the brain's glymphatic clearance system. But simply rolling onto your side isn't enough. The devil is in the details. The goal is to create a perfectly straight, neutral line from your neck all the way down to your hips. To achieve this, your pillow choice is crucial. It needs to be the right height or loft to perfectly fill the space between your ear and your shoulder. A pillow that's too high will bend your neck upwards, and one that's too low will let it droop. An interactive prompt for you right now. Lie on your side and have a family member check if your nose is in line with the center of your sternum. If your head is tilted up or down, your pillow is wrong. A memory foam or latex pillow that contours to your neck can be particularly effective. Now for the game-changing tip that most people miss, especially step number 3. First, once your head is supported, address your legs. Place a firm pillow between your knees. This simple step prevents your top leg from sliding forward and twisting your pelvis and lower back, a common cause of hip and lumbar pain. Second, to reduce pressure on the shoulder you're lying on, slightly hug a pillow against your chest. This prevents the upper shoulder from collapsing forward. Third, and this is the key retention spike I mentioned, consider which side to sleep on. For most people, sleeping on the left side can aid digestion and may even improve circulation by taking pressure off the body's largest vein. However, as we discussed, if you have certain heart conditions, sleeping on your right side might feel more comfortable and is a safer choice. Experiment and listen to your body. It will tell you what it needs. If side sleeping isn't for you, or if you suffer from certain types of back pain, Sleeping on your back can be an excellent alternative provided you do it correctly. Lying flat on your back can exacerbate sleep apnea and snoring and may reduce glymphatic efficiency, but with a few modifications, you can mitigate these risks and turn it into a restorative posture. The first and most critical adjustment is to avoid lying completely flat. Instead, elevate your upper body slightly using a wedge pillow or an adjustable bed. This slight incline uses gravity to your advantage, helping to keep the airway open, reducing acid reflux, and lowering intracranial pressure. The next step is to support your spine's natural curve. Place a small pillow or a rolled up towel under your knees. This simple act relaxes the lower back muscles and takes significant pressure off the lumbar spine. Try this now. Lie on your back on the floor and feel the space under your lower back. Now place a pillow under your knees and feel how that space diminishes as your back settles into a more supported position. For your head pillow, choose one that supports the natural curve of your neck without pushing your head too far forward. Your chin should not be tucked into your chest. Memory foam pillows designed with a cervical contour can be particularly helpful here. By combining a slight elevation of the torso with support under the knees, you transform back sleeping from a potentially problematic position into a therapeutic one that allows your muscles to fully relax and your spine to rest in a supported, neutral state. Now, what if you are a lifelong stomach sleeper? While most physical therapists and sleep experts would advise you to try and change this habit, for some, it's the only way they can fall asleep. If you absolutely cannot sleep any other way, you can at least modify the position to minimize the damage. Stomach sleeping is particularly hard on the back and neck. To counter this, use a very thin pillow under your head, or no pillow at all. This will prevent your neck from being cranked upwards at an extreme angle. Next, place a flat pillow under your pelvis and lower abdomen. This will help to prevent your lower back from sinking into an exaggerated arch, which is a major source of pain and strain. Some experts even suggest bringing one leg out to the side and bending it, placing a pillow under that knee to create a more neutral pelvic position. This isn't an ideal long-term solution, but it's a far better alternative to the unsupported free fall of traditional stomach sleeping. Making these small adjustments can be the difference between waking up with debilitating stiffness and feeling relatively rested. Beyond posture, creating a sleep sanctuary is a critical component of restorative rest, and this starts with your mattress and pillows. A mattress that is over 8 to 10 years old has likely lost its supportive qualities, even if it doesn't look like it. Generally, a medium-firm mattress is recommended for providing a good balance of support and pressure relief, but this can vary based on body weight and personal preference. Heavier individuals may need a firmer mattress to prevent sinking, while lighter individuals might find a softer mattress more comfortable. Don't fall for the myth that an orthopedic mattress has to feel like a rock. Modern materials like memory foam and latex contour to your body, cradling pressure points at the hips and shoulders while supporting the lumbar spine. Take advantage of the trial periods offered by many mattress companies to find what truly works for your body. When it comes to pillows, remember they should be replaced every year or two. Feather and polyester filled pillows can flatten out and lose their supportive qualities quickly. Memory foam and latex pillows tend to hold their shape and provide more consistent support. Your investment in a quality sleep surface isn't an indulgence, it's an essential investment in your spinal health, cognitive function, and overall quality of life. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip about your bedtime routine comes at 12:45. Let's talk about the final hour before you turn in. What you do during this time can either set you up for a night of deep, restorative sleep or a night of tossing and turning. Create a consistent, relaxing pre-sleep ritual that signals to your brain and body that it's time to wind down. This could include taking a warm bath, which can help lower your core body temperature and promote sleepiness. You might try reading a physical book, not on a screen, listening to calming music, or practicing gentle stretches. Avoid stimulating activities, especially arguing or engaging in stressful conversations. One of the most important habits to adopt is to turn off all screens, televisions, computers, tablets, and smartphones at least an hour before bed. The blue light emitted from these devices suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle, making it much harder to fall asleep. What you eat and drink also matters immensely. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol close to bedtime. While alcohol might make you feel drowsy initially, it fragments sleep later in the night and prevents you from reaching the deeper, more restorative stages of rest. If you're hungry, opt for a small, light snack that contains tryptophan, like a small banana or a handful of walnuts. This dedicated wind down period is not wasted time. It's an active part of your sleep hygiene that has profound effects on the quality of your rest. Even with the best posture and preparation, many older adults face specific sleep challenges. Let's troubleshoot a few common ones. If you frequently wake up in the middle of the night and struggle to get back to sleep, the first rule is to not lie in bed feeling frustrated. If you haven't fallen back asleep within 20 minutes, get out of bed, go to another room, and do a quiet, relaxing activity like reading under dim light until you feel sleepy again. This prevents your brain from associating your bed with a place of wakeful anxiety. If restless leg syndrome is an issue with its uncomfortable sensations of needing to move your legs, talk to your doctor. Sometimes this can be linked to iron or vitamin deficiencies. Gentle stretching or a warm bath before bed can also provide some relief. For those who struggle with nocturia or waking up frequently to urinate, be mindful of your fluid intake in the evening. Drink plenty of water during the day, but taper off a couple of hours before bed. And always have your path to the bathroom well lit to prevent falls. If snoring is a persistent issue, especially if it's accompanied by gasping or pauses in breathing, it's crucial to be evaluated for sleep apnea by a healthcare professional, as it poses significant risks to your heart and brain health. Addressing these specific issues head on, rather than just accepting them as a part of aging, can dramatically improve the continuity and quality of your sleep. You now have the complete blueprint. You understand the profound threats that improper sleep poses to your brain, heart, and spine after 60, and you are armed with a comprehensive arsenal of actionable solutions, from mastering your sleep posture to optimizing your environment and troubleshooting common problems. It's about a conscious, nightly commitment to your health, transforming sleep from a passive activity into an active process of healing and rejuvenation. Remember, you have the power to protect your vitality, sharpen your mind, and live with more energy, all by making these intelligent adjustments to the way you rest. Voiceover. First, to dive deeper into cognitive health, watch our next video, 7 brain boosting habits you can start today. It's the perfect follow-up to what you've learned here. Second, this was a lot of information to absorb. Save this guide for a step-by-step breakdown of how to perfect each sleeping position with the right pillow placements. Third, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for part 2 of our sleep series, where I will reveal the 3 surprising morning habits that can undo all your good work from the night before. You won't want to miss it. Thank you for investing in your health and sleep well.